Hi everyone, I'm Wesley. Now I'm with my partner, Bu Felina. How are you, Bu?
Hi, Pak Wesley. How are you doing? I'm doing great.
I'm happy now because we have our special guest today. Do you know who?
You guess who?
I don't know.
Let's figure out
let's
later.
keep it later, okay?
Okay.
So today we are not talking about a number. We're not talking about production, but maybe we need to getting to know this someone special.
All right. So in this particular day, I've been really happy and really excited about today's episode. And I'm very truly honored to be sitting here right with our beloved KPN CEO, Pak Brian Chen.
Hi, good morning.
Say hi, Pak, to the
Say hi to the
Hi.
camera, Pak. Okay. So today we'll have a relaxed, open chat about the journey, and we'll get to know Pak Brian beyond his title. So, Pak Brian, may I know what you did in the morning?
I did my usual morning exercise this morning, which I do every day.
What do you normally do?
On weekdays, I have a routine. On weekdays, I run 5 kilometers. I
Wow.
do 3 sets of 15 pull-ups, 3 sets of 55 push-ups, 3 sets of 55 crunches, and 3 sets of 55 backups. On the weekend, I swim 2 kilometers each day. Yeah.
No
That's
wonder
marvelous.
Pak Brian have a good,
It's a very fit.
good body. Yeah, got fit
Yeah, I
body.
just like a routine because I find that exercise in the morning, it sets me right for the day. It clears my mind, and then it gives me energy. Yeah.
We should start, I think.
Yeah.
You can join me.
Start soon.
I'm going to start soon, but that's way too heavy for me, I think.
Start slow. Start slow.
Start slow.
More important is the consistency.
Consistency is the key.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We are now more to paddle, Pak. We are
Oh,
doing-
paddle, yeah.
paddle.
My wife plays paddle.
Okay, maybe we can join.
You can join her, yeah.
Can join, Pak.
Yeah, she plays 4 or 5 times a week. That's a form of exercise, and she's actually become really good at it. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, I think paddle can help us to reduce our, all the fat in the body.
And also to
It's good exercise. It's also very good for coordination. Yeah, because
okay.
especially of how the game is played with all the different surfaces. Yeah,
I see.
give it a try. Now there's so many paddle courts being built in Indonesia.
And also nearby as well, right?
Exactly.
We
Because
can
Pak
try.
Brian already instructs us, let's do it
Yeah.
soon, yeah.
There's
We're gonna
one
do it
big
that soon.
development at Arandra.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's on
Yeah,
Arandra.
it's a sheltered paddle court. I think it's also with aircon. There are quite a few
it's an
courts
indoor.
there. Yeah, it's like a lifestyle destination.
I
Yeah,
see.
we can try it later lah, yeah, buffet.
Sure,
yeah.
we'll
We
try
can-
to Arandra.
We can ask our team also to join there.
Sure.
Join the paddle. So,
We can do a KPN paddle tournament.
okay, can Pak, sure. Sure.
Then I need to practice. I'm really bad.
Yeah. Okay, then listen everyone, we have a paddle tournament next year.
This year.
This year, we just started. I would like to know,
Sure.
based on your role as a CEO, what basically motivates and keeps you moving forward, especially during challenging times or high pressure moments?
Actually, that's a really good question. 2 things motivate me. First and foremost is the fact that I have the responsibility of 30,000 people under me. Knowing that their livelihood, their families all depend on me, it gives me the energy that no matter what comes in my way, I have to overcome it. Because I know that if I don't, I let down a lot of people who put their trust in me. Secondly, also is the fact that knowing that this is a family business, I have been trusted by the family for this generation to look after the business. And that is not a trust that I take lightly as well. It's a form of stewardship, a form of ownership. I have to lead the business well so that the next generation can then take over something that's in a lot better state than when I took over it. So these 2 things I believe give me the energy. Sometimes when the going gets tough, I dig in and I think about this and it motivates me to carry on.
So it's like a big responsibility also.
A big responsibility, correct. And that responsibility actually empowers me and motivates me that, look, I cannot give up. Everyone depends on me.
Yeah, but understand, but 30,000 is not a
Exactly.
small number.
And not just the 30,000, but their families as well.
Plus their families,
Exactly.
remember.
Yeah, we are in plantation, right? We have we also not only the family and not only the employee, right? We have a lot of family also
Exactly.
join the employee in the side.
Correct. With their family, their children, their whole livelihood depends on that.
Yep.
And that's why it's very important we take care of everybody.
And it's interesting, Pak, because Pak Brian also talking about the next generation also is like legacy, right, Pak?
Exactly.
Legacy from Pak Brian also to KPN Plantation, right?
Which I also like to add in that this legacy thing is actually good because you see, if you look at a lot of multinationals, a lot of corporations, the CEOs there are professionals, which is good. but they also have a very short-term view because their stint maybe it's 2-3 years. Then after that, they have to deliver or they move on to another role. The good thing about family business is that we have a very long-term view. We look at it by generation, so we can really do the best of the people, really do the best of the community, really do the best of the company, because we're not forced to make decisions that are short-term.
Yes, Pak. Interesting point, Pak Brian. So I know, Pak, when you're doing your role as a CEO, Pak, we know that you have a work philosophy, Pak, through the 10 principle way of working, right, Pak?
10 P wow, yes.
Yeah, 10 P wow, Pak. So 10 P wow.
Thanks to you all made a beautiful song out of it. But
yeah, thank you, Pak. Thanks for
The appreciation.
actually, thanks for the finance team, Pak. Botany team, they are creating the song, and then we are from Aceh. Remake the song lah.
Yes, I really liked how you got everybody's voices in there, because to me, the company is made up by the people and everyone has a voice.
Yeah, and also thank you for all the employees, right, from the region, especially because they are helping us to take the song, and we have a good song, great new song actually, Pak, yeah, and probably enjoy the song.
Yes, I want everyone to feel proud of their song. Everyone's voice is there.
And it's actually very catchy, Pak.
Yeah. I could never do it. I'm not musical.
Have to remember the song, right?
10 pagi.
Wow.
I'm starting to remember it.
Okay, another night we can do karaoke, right?
Okay.
I'll be the judge. I cannot sing.
Let's do it on the employee gathering, Pak.
Okay, sounds good.
So, Pak, what experience over time have contributed to this value, Pak? To that
P-wow.
Oh, like what are my life experiences, is it? I can think back to 3 very distinct moments in my life that contributed to what as you described as the P-wow, right? Which is my basic philosophies of how I carry myself, how I work. First and foremost, I go back to my childhood days. I was brought up by really good parents, and the few of the values they instilled in me from very young is that you are what you say. Meaning integrity is key. If you say something, you have to deliver. If you give a promise, you have to make it happen. And they were very strict about that. You know, as a child, it's normal when you're young, you tell a little lie here and there. They were very tough on me, and they punished me very hard for that, because they're saying that if you tell a lie one time, people will never trust you again. So next time, even if you're telling the truth, they will always have doubt because of the fact of that one lie you told. So my whole life, I've always carried that value of integrity, where if I say something, I mean it. And no matter how difficult it is, no matter if the situation has changed, if I've given my word, I do it. So that was the first thing. Another key defining moment of my life was also in army. So I went to the military service in Singapore. It's compulsory for all Singaporeans. I served 2.5 years, and in the military, I served as an officer in a very special unit, which was very vigorous. So I was basically training for 1.5 years. It was quite tough. There were months on end where every night we only had 2 hours of sleep. We shower once every 3 weeks, and we're put in very stressful situations. The whole point of that is to train our mind, and how we got through that, the values that we learned from that: teamwork, pushing on beyond your boundaries, keeping calm, keeping grounded. All these are the guiding forces that give me the structure for my day of work now. The last key defining moment was also my first job. My first job, I started as a banker in Hong Kong. I was an investment banker doing M&A with Merrill Lynch in Hong Kong. This was back in 2008. So for those who are not familiar with investment banking, it's very rigorous work. It's even more rigorous than my army days, because when we're on a deal, we don't sleep. So as a junior banker, I was working 140 hours a week. 140 hours a week. If you count, there are only 168 hours a week. That means I only had 28 hours off. So if you divide it by 7 days, I was working 20 hours a day. And I could do this for months on end. So given the high pressure, given the big deliverables, given the crazy amount of work, I had a very, very good work values. So from all these 3 experiences, from my childhood, from my military service, and from my time as a banker, this is how it came about, all the values that I'm now trying to share with everybody by the 10 P-wow. And these are the values which I personally instill in myself every day as well. And on top of that, I'm guiding my own children. I have 2 children, 8 and 10, and they also are being instilled in these same values, because I think these values are not just good for work, they're also good for life. They're also good for you as a person. Yeah. I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. Maybe want to ask you also, Pak. You're talking about integrity, right, Pak?
Sorry?
Integrity.
Yes.
Integrity.
Correct.
You carry integrity in your life.
Yes.
And then, one interesting thing is you do it consistently, Pak.
Correct.
I see, Pak, because from your answer that just now you mentioned that you just only have like 20 hours, like, Pak, for sleep. Yeah?
A week.
A week.
A week.
But I can do that, Pak. I can do that. I need 8 hours, Pak, to sleep, Pak.
Now I need
function, right?
7 hours. Yeah. But when I was young, I mean, sometimes you'll be surprised at the strength of the human spirit. When the going gets tough, if you dig deeper, if you have a bigger purpose, you can actually push through.
You can push through, Pak.
Yeah, that's
You
why-
actually can push through.
Yeah. That's why, it's make everyone different. Because, it can buffet. Everyone make different. That's why Pak Brian become CEO. Yeah. Right?
Right.
Like it's become from the consistency, right, you know?
Yeah, it's from constancy.
So actually, you raised a good point. I think it's the experiences that we go through, as long as we see it in a positive light, there's a lot that we can be gained from it, right? I mean, when you're going through, say, army, it's very difficult. We don't shower. We're in a field. It gets rain. We only have one set of baju. We're all wet, and we wear that same set for 2 weeks. So how dirty we are? We live under the tree. It's raining, rain or shine, we live there. We only have one bottle of water. The rest of the time we have to take from the stream. But it's all this sort of hardship. You can either see it positively or negatively. Negatively, you're like, why in the world am I here? I'm suffering. I hate this. Positively, you can say, okay, it builds character. It teaches me to be stronger. It teaches me to dig deeper. It teaches me to be able to overcome adversity. And these life lessons and experiences, when you overcome adversity, you can draw on them. So when times get tough in future, I think, look, I've had more tough times in the past. I've overcome them. This is starting.
It's about perspective.
Exactly. Exactly. It's your mindset.
Grow mindset.
Exactly.
Yeah. More to grow mindset, right?
Correct.
As our company continues to grow, what helps you stay connected with the reality on the ground and with people across the different regions?
It's good that you asked that question, because I think it's very, very important, especially the higher up you go in management, to be very connected with the people on the ground, because that is where the work is done. That's where the productivity happens. That's where the money is made, on the ground. And on the ground, as you know, in every different region, every different area, the situation is always changing. So it's very, very important that management always understands what happens on the ground. So to that effect, I personally make it a point that every month I go to the estates at least 1 to 2 weeks a month. And I take the time to rotate around the different areas, because I want every area to know that they're important. My purpose of visiting is more so that the people on the ground feel that they're supported. They feel that, look, the CEO remembers them. Like every area is important. On top of that, by going on the ground, I really understand the situation.
Yeah.
I may see, okay, there's a problem there, let me help you solve it. The easier you make the people's work on the ground, the more you solve the problems, the easier they do their job, the happier they are, the better they do it. Everybody wins, the whole company wins.
Agreed.
So I think it's very important, and I send a message to all my management team to always make an effort to go to the ground. And this culture is something that I've been trying to build as well. So I'm very happy to see that even my support departments, our fabric departments, our purchasing department, our SSL departments, they're all, and etc., they're all going down to the ground, maybe 1 week a month or once every 2 months for them. For me, 2 weeks a month in the field.
2 weeks a month, it's good, yeah. But need maybe just to information for all the employee, we have to go to the ground also go to site to at least we can experience how is it to live
get
in
to
the,
know better.
in the site, so we can try to help them also not only Pak Brian here as a CEO, but not only the management on the site also, but we also from the head office, we have
So we have to
see.
experience on the ground to know what's...
I would like to add in one more thing to that part, where I see going to the site is important. On top of that, you even need to go down to the fields. So a lot of times when the management goes down, they're happy. I stay in the mess, I stay in the kantor afterling, but they don't actually go down to the actual fields. And when you go to the fields, not just walk around and just have a quick look, but actually make a point to talk to the people, to talk to the workers, to talk to the krani, to talk to the mandals, to talk to the assistants. You understand the problems that they're facing, because sometimes, as you understand, their voice sometimes is lost. We need to be their voice. We need to hear what they say. We need to be the champion for them. And the only way to do that is to go to the ground, to speak to them, to ask them.
To embrace them.
Exactly. What matters to them? What challenges are they facing?
Getting to know our people better. Right?
Exactly. Then you know, okay, what they're facing, and you can help them. So one of the stories I can share is back in the early days when I just first took over an operational role. I think this was back in 2016. I was just in charge of THIP back then. One of the first few things I did was speaking to the workers, and I learned a lot in that conversation. You'll be surprised to know that back then, the workers did not get water. They didn't get free water. So drinking water and cooking water. So immediately after that visit, within a month, we had installed a reverse osmosis system so that all the workers have water. And then we set up a distribution system so that every family has water. Something that you and I take for granted living in a city, access to clean water, the workers didn't have. And at that time, the management also wasn't so in touch with the ground. So we changed all that. But it's these small things that make a big impact on people. Imagine you didn't have water. So that story is something that I always used to remind people that how important it is to speak to people. Imagine you not having water.
But this is basic need.
Exactly.
Yeah, basic need.
So that's one of the first few things I changed when I took an operational role in 2016.
So apart from your experience, what have trust grow naturally between the leaders and their team across the organization?
Trust is built when people deliver on what they say.
Just like what you said before.
For example, as a CEO, imagine I give you a promises. I tell you, Pak Wesley, Bu Valinda, you work very, very hard. I will give you a bonus of 3 months.
Thank you, Pak.
And then when it comes to the bonus time, I say, oh, because of this and that, I cannot deliver. I give you 1 month. Will you trust me next time I say something? You won't, right? So it's very important that as a leader, we have to mean what we say. And so as you know, over the years, I'm sure you and a lot of people have heard me, I always say that I really, really take care of my team. My team is everybody, the 30,000 of you. I actually see all of you as family. I see myself as a father figure. So sometimes, yes, I'm tough, sometimes I'm firm, but first and foremost, as a father, you take care of the family. And I really mean that. One example why I can say that I believe my team trusts me is because I told people that no matter what happens, as long as you give your best, I'll take care of you. And this means that even if you fall sick, I take care of you. So without naming names, because the person has since retired, and to keep his privacy, he was a regional head in one of my plantations. He came down with cancer when he was with me. A lot of times, as you know, in most corporations, when somebody comes with cancer, they say, okay, you know what, I'm sorry, we don't know how long it takes to get well. We have to terminate you, we'll give you severance and you move on, because the company doesn't want to bear the burden. For him, I told him, don't worry, let me find you the best treatment. I found him the best specialist treatment because it's a very rare cancer. And he says, and the doctor said, it will take at least 6 to 9 months to recover. And the RH said, then I probably have to leave the company. I said, no, you don't worry. He said, but my medical platform is not enough. I said, don't worry, I'll take care of you personally. So I gave him, he was on no pay leave, but I took care of his medical care for 9 months. For 9 months, I said, you just focus on getting well. I will cover your medical bills. And it was a lot because it's a cancer treatment. And after I said, when you just focus, once you're well, you have a job. You'll come back. And he came back and he was very thankful that I kept his job. He stayed on with us for another 6 more years till he retired. And I have many stories like that. So I think that is how you build trust. When your team knows that you take care of them and you mean what you say, the trust is built. So I encourage everybody, no matter what level you are, to always mean what you say, to always deliver on your promises.
Yeah, Pak. Good point actually, Pak. Yeah. First, Pak Brian say you are what you say, and the second trust is
built.
Trust is built, and you have to do what you say also. Yeah. So for everyone here, kita harus bisa menyampaikan sesuai dengan apa yang kita katakan lah untuk
building the
tim kita.
trust.
So kita bisa build trust sesuai yang disampaikan Pak Brian juga.
And I would like to add one more point again that the trust is also built when people know that you really care for them. So remember that we're all one family. No matter what level you are, you generally will have a team under you. Take care of their team as though they're your family. Put their benefit above yours. Always remember that. Please help me share the message of the company. I think that's very, very important.
Yeah, Pak.
Okay, Pak. And then when you look at our team, what specific behaviors give you confidence to grant more ownership and decision-making authority?
So basically, when I start to see that the team has ownership meaning that you know that they're on top of things, not just their job, but the fact that they really, really own their role, in a sense that they think outside of their role. They think, okay, how can I be better? How can I help my friend? There's a problem that although this is a status quo, let's see if we can change things. Let's experiment. I think I've got a better way to do this. When I start seeing behaviors like that, then you know they're really
put their heart and efforts.
Put their heart in it. They really own their role. then I'm very happy to give them away because they are more likely to be able to find solutions and identify problems than I am because they're on the ground. So I'll give them full trust and full support. And the more I give them support, the more they prove themselves, the more I'm happy to give them the trust. So I would like to see ownership. I would like to see a spirit of creativity, a spirit of trying.
So, yeah, just to maybe a conclusion for me, like we have to show something first. Like we have take the ownership first, then we will have the authority. Pak Brian bisa kasih kita mungkin lebih banyak kesempatan untuk bisa memutuskan kali ya.
Ya, betul.
If I want to add on one more, I also want to send a message to everybody: don't be afraid to try.
Don't be afraid to try.
It's okay if you fail, but if you never try, you'll never improve.
Never.
I always, the same thing I tell my children. Remember, all of us when we are born, we can't even walk, we're crawling. Imagine you're scared to fail, you're scared to fall. You will never stand up to walk. The rest of your life, you'll be crawling. But look at us, we learn to walk by falling. We fall, it's okay. We get up,
again.
we try again. And at some point, we succeed. And that's what the message I want to have. Don't be afraid to try. Just communicate the plan you have, communicate the idea. It's good, we back you. We try and fail, it's okay. Then we know that this method doesn't work, we can try something else. Rather than we keep doing the same thing, we'll never improve. So don't be afraid to try.
Yeah, Pak, thank you for this spirit, Pak, because it's happened a lot for me now. Whenever I want to email Pak Brian, I think a lot. Okay or not, okay or not, okay or not.
No, but that's good.
Yeah.
But the fact that you think a lot, it means that you care for
So
your
we
work.
have that kind of responsibility.
Exactly. Rather than, I'll just carelessly send it. It's good. I like to see that sense of care that you have. So to see positively that I think a lot means that you care. It's the same way before I make a decision, I think a lot because I know it impacts a lot of people.
So we get like more time to think before sending a message to Pak Brian directly, yeah?
Exactly.
After I write one, two,
Yeah,
three
I'll reread
sentences,
that again. I'll
I will
reread that again before
delete.
sending it.
And-
I really do that a lot of times, Pak.
And that's how you improve, right? Because you self-correct. It's the same way whatever we do, we self-improve. The self-improvement is good. The self-reflection, the self-awareness. It's very important. And that's how we become better as people.
During your visit to sites, was there any work example that you believe should become a role model for how we work as a team?
Definitely. So one of the key memories I have, without naming the person, is there was a mid-level manager in the field, like a GM level. I was very impressed that he knew everybody's name, down to the harvester, down to the maintenance worker. He called them all by name, and that shows that he knows who they are and he cares. And he randomly asked, "Oh, okay, like how's your family or how's that?" So he knows them more than just as an employee. He also knows them as a family member, as a person. So I think that to me is very important because when a leader knows their people know that the leader cares for them. And on top of that, this particular same person that I have in mind was also very creative. So every time I go to a field, they're very excited that I'm there. And they say, "Look, I've got these ideas that I would like to implement.
Ideas.
Yeah, maybe I can show you, okay, in this block or this area." And we go through the ideas and they are great and we implement. And once they do well, we actually implement in the whole KPN. So I like to see that there's that spirit of creativity, that pride of work. Yeah, and that care for their people.
Yeah, Pak. So I know, Pak, because I also surprised, Pak, because the person that you mentioned memorized, Pak, all the employee, all his subordinate, Pak.
To be honest, it's more than just one person. There are a few people I have in mind, who are doing a really good job. And not just memorize, but they know them, they care for them. It's easy to memorize everybody's name but not know anybody. It's important that they use their name so often because they care for them that the name becomes a memory.
Yeah, Pak. Surprisingly, you know, Bu Feli, he also know he saw about when the first time he saw subordinate. First time join to.
Oh, they even
working-
remember the working dates.
Yes.
Oh,
The working dates.
that's
Yes,
great.
exactly. And it's very meaningful. Imagine you are the harvester in the field, right? A lot of times the harvesters feel, nobody cares for me. And then suddenly say, hey, this is a
guy know
GM level
me,
that cares for me. He knows me, he knows about my family. And then on top of that, he sees a CEO or he sees a CEO myself. Come down and talk to him and ask him how he is. Wouldn't you think that he feels that he's part of the family? And when you feel you're part of something, don't you give your best? And it's a positive cycle. The company gets stronger, we can take better care of our people. The people feel more love, and the positive cycle keeps on going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, we have to understand, at least know first lah. Yeah, and know who is our subordinate. When maybe a little about their family lah, just a little lah.
So actually, there's a new motto that I have for 2026. I was inspired by THIP. It goes jaga pokok, jaga karyawan, jaga KPN.
Jaga pokok, jaga karyawan.
So
jaga
basically,
KPN.
you look after the trees because the trees are basically our source of money. But more importantly is the middle part, which is jangka karyawan. You look after people. If you look after people and people are happy, people will look after the company. And by doing so, then we'll look after the company. So remember, it's always people first before the company. You take care of people, people are happy, people feel loved, people feel that they're part of this big family, they will give their best. And the company will only get stronger. So that's a motto I've been telling all my operational team for 2026.
It's a positive cycle that we are
Yes.
building
Correct.
for this year.
So,
Okay.
jaga pokok.
Pokok, jaga karyawan, jaga KPN.
Oke, jaga pokok, jaga karyawan,
Jaga
jaga
KPN.
Ya. So everyone kita harus ingat nih ya. Tadi pesan
Our new
Bapak
motto.
kita nih. New motto for 2026.
And remember, everyone plays a part. Everybody, no matter how big or how small, everyone plays a part. Everyone has an impact. If everyone gives their best, the company will only get stronger. When the company gets stronger, you know what that means to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Better bonuses. Everyone's happy. And it's a positive cycle thereafter.
Piwau number 10. Compensation based on performance. Performance based compensation.
Well done.
Apa ya?
You memorized it. Very good.
Okay, Pak, from your perspective as a CEO of KPN Plantation, how can we collectively foster stronger relationship and more open communication across all levels?
I think it's very important for everybody to not be afraid to speak up and to remember that everybody has a voice. So as management, what we can do first and foremost is to make sure that we always listen to people below us. A lot of times I've seen bad habits in the field where sometimes the staff or the assistant speaks up and the manager, the GM says, I know.
Okay.
And imagine you're the person. Once somebody has shushed you, you keep quiet and you don't dare to speak up anymore. So for me, I always make a point to always listen. I listen first. And once you listen, you form a view and then you can guide them. But the fact that you listen, people are then happy to speak. So that's number one. Number two, also, I believe we should always have good avenues of communication open. That's why I think it's an open secret that almost everybody has my personal way up. Any time of the day, people have messaged me and down from high level all the way down to the ground level. And I keep it confidential. Sometimes they ask for my advice, sometimes they want to share me something, sometimes they want to give an idea. I respond to them. And that dialogue is something that I'm trying to foster as well on every level, that we should always be open. We cannot be too proud. We must always talk to people. It's the same way in a family. Imagine the father doesn't listen to their children. The children will grow up with a communication barrier.
Yeah.
We have to be able to always speak. Number two, also, I think to improve communication, it's important to have team building activities. Then everybody is comfortable. So for that front, we have actually been having a lot of activities in the field. Like recently, we had a team building activity in THIP, and we want to do that in different
that
areas.
futsal
Yes, exactly. And then on top of that, also at the head office level. On top of that, I also encourage each of the sites to have their own localized championships. So as you said, there was a futsal, another time there was a basketball. So everybody has that spirit of camaraderie. And lastly, also is my recommendation is that everybody gets to know everybody else beyond work. So yes, I know you know each other really well, but do you know about each other's personal life? Time to find out. So when you start realizing, oh, there's this person, he has this life, he has this hobby, he's got this family outside. The person is more than just a colleague. The person becomes a friend. The person becomes a family member. And when that bond is built, everything else goes a lot more smoothly.
Yeah, we can back up each other.
Exactly.
Let's be more open to each other.
That's it.
So, yeah, okay. So, Pak, when you visit visit the field lah ya, Pak. What kind of atmosphere or feeling would you like employee to experience, Pak?
So I was mentioning earlier that there was one particular, actually not one, a few particular employees that were really proud for my visit. They were proud that we were there to support them. I want that feeling to be there, that they're proud that, hey, management is taking time to visit them, to feel proud to show us what they have done, to show us what they've improved. On top of that, to also show us new ideas that they have. So I want that feeling of pride and happiness to see us. And this is just a reminder that sometimes people assume that management, when we go to the field, we're there to look for problems. As you heard earlier, every month I go to 2 sites.
Yeah.
Every month. And so the whole point is for me to be in contact with everyone, not to look for problems. If I'm looking for problems, I'll maybe just go once a year. But I go twice the month so that I have a chance to hear from the ground. So just a reminder, people have the right mindset that we are there to help them. And please raise up all the issues, we can solve things fast for you, so that your job becomes easier in the field.
Yeah. So sini maybe Pak just message for everyone here, Pak ya. So when Pak Brian or the management come to the field, please be open to speak up the problem, Pak.
And be proud to show us.
Yeah.
We are not expecting perfection. Nothing is perfect. All of us are human. But we are there, we want to see people trying hard and having new ideas to innovate. new ideas to solve problems.
Ya Pak, good point Pak. So ya appreciate everyone ya teman-teman semua ya. Kalau misalnya Pak Brian datang, samperin aja Pak Brian gitu. Jadi come to see Pak Brian. Pak, ini ada masalah.
and I'm starting to see a change. So previously people didn't have that culture, but the more I visit, the more I reinforce that. I'm seeing people are happy. So they're very proud to show, oh, we have done this, but okay, let me take a nice group photos. They're very proud to show, okay, this is their work, and they want to have a photo of it. And I'm seeing that for at least, I would say, half the places I visit are starting to behave that way. In the past, it was not like that. Now at least half are starting to show that. So I'm hoping not half, but 100% are like that.
Ya, 100% ya. Semua karyawan harus
Be proud.
bertanya. Harus
bertanya.
bicara dengan Pak Brian.
Share openly. If you have problems, share. Also, if you have good ideas, just share. We want to grow together.
Ya, oke Pak. Thank you Pak. Jadi jangan hanya ini ya, not only problem ya, not only problem.
If you have ideas, you can share to us.
Exactly.
The openness.
So some of the best ideas that we've implemented actually came from people in the field. I would say most of the best ideas came from people in the field, not from management. We identify the idea, we see it's done well, and then we roll out everywhere. So that's what we do as management. So it's very important that they on the ground share the ideas.
Ya, harus from the field first lah ya.
Correct.
Because they know the problem.
They know the problem.
Exactly.
They're the
good
core.
mindset, we can improve.
Exactly.
Looking ahead, what is your vision for KPN Plantation? And not only in terms of business growth, but also the kind of organization and culture you want us to be.
That's a good question, and you'll be surprised that it's not about being the best palm oil company or being the most productive company. My vision for the long term for the company is to be the best company to work for, where people want to work for. Not just want to work for, but they're proud of it. You know, there's some companies in the world where when their t-shirts, the employees are so proud to wear it because they see the company logo. I'm sure you can think of some of them. I want to be like that. And the only way we can do it is by caring for the people first. When people feel cared for, they'll feel proud to work for here.
People first.
Another thing also is that I want us to be the last company that everybody works for. Meaning that there's a long-term career for everybody. So that people who are here, when the day I retire, they also are retiring with me. That is my dream.
Yeah.
Why are you shocked?
I'm impressed.
No, I really believe that it should be people first. Yeah. So when people are happy and when people feel that they are part of something bigger than themselves, they will give their best, and naturally results will come. The company will grow. The company will deliver. The company will be a lot more profitable. But first and foremost, it's about people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pak.
So let's all spread the message together. Everybody has a small impact to grow this culture.
Yeah, Pak. Thank you, Pak. I think it's not. Yeah, the direction is clear lah from Pak Brian. Pak Brian have a vision actually, Bu Fei, because how to make this company is the best place to work for. Right? This is the vision for Pak Brian. So I think we also have to think the same way. Because
and
when everyone think the same way, we can make it together.
Exactly.
And to become the last company we work.
Yes.
Yeah, Pak. And then, Pak, what kind of everyday behavior do you hope to see consistently across all regions that reflect this vision and culture?
So first and foremost, as you know, I've got my principles of work, the 10 principles of work. I hope that people really imbibe it in their day-to-day work routine. But on top of that, I hope they're guided by the fact of the vision that I want to make this a company about people. So the focus is on how can I help my employees, how can I help my colleagues, how can I help people. The teamwork is not just, it's not my job, but you need help? Let me help you. I want that sort of culture to be built. And lastly, also a sense of openness. So we communicate better across the same level and across up and down. So these are some of the things which I hope to see on a day-to-day basis from the company.
Yeah, Pak, I think it's clear. Yeah, I think from Pak Brian, Bu Fei, beside the PWOW, openness, right? Openness and
caring for people.
Caring for the people, right?
Okay, Pak Brian, if you could share one message directly to everyone from the field to the head office, what would you want them to remember and carry forward?
I just have 3 words for everybody. Bersama kita bisa. Because as I said, we're trying to build a people-first company. And if everybody believes in that, everybody works together, we'll be able to achieve the impossible no matter how hard. So as a reminder to everybody, jaga pokok, jaga karyawan, jaga KPN, bersama kita bisa.
So thank you, Pak Brian, for a very insightful sharing session today. We're very honored to have you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, Pak. And thank you, Pak, because this is a big opportunity, Pak. I mean, for me also, Pak, and Bu Felina can talk directly to you. I think everyone won't have the same things, Pak. They want to speak with you also, Pak. I think, from what you have said before, you are open for everyone, Pak, to share. So maybe everyone, kalau misalnya mau sharing or not sharing actually, I want to say something to Pak Brian. Pak Brian is open.
Aspirations.
Yes, please reach out to me. I'm very happy to share not just about work, but also my philosophies about life, about family. I think that it's a lot more to being a person than just work. Work is only one part of life. I'm happy to share my thoughts on everything else as well.
Yeah, it's a really good time to talk with our CEO Pak Brian, and maybe I will keep this as one of the big memory in my life, Pak, because I can speak directly to you.
You can speak to me anytime. Happy to drink kopi with you anytime.
After this.
Maybe after this, Pak.
Happy to.
So, yeah, maybe until next time, Pak, until next time, maybe we can have
Another session with you again.
again, Pak.
We're happy to do a follow-up in case there's a lot of questions following this. Maybe you can consolidate. We're happy to do another sharing session. Yeah.
We'll do
Thank
that
you.
again.
Yeah, thank you, Pak Brian. And
Thank you.
Until next time, thank you for listening and see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.